Welcome, audiences, to the Theater of the Mind.
Wait, what's the Theater of the Mind?
Well, Timmy, I'm glad you asked. Theater of the Mind is a podcast, which actually is not called Theater of the Mind, it's called Aw Shucks, and I'm Charlie.
You said your last name? Oh, that's fine. Your father's editing it anyways, huh?
I'm
Take that.
Charlie. Charlie, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm Jaiden.
It's not like we have, large internet presences yet.
Whatever. We are large presences.
On the internet and entertainment.
I have platform shoes. It makes me very tall.
I was an extra in every single Star Wars movie, including the bad ones, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. I was a tree.
In what?
In my 4th grade play called Tree, the Life.
Called Angels in America. It was a very interesting 4th grade play.
A Life in the Life. That's what it was called.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so this is Aw Shucks. It's a podcast. We do podcasting things.
You know, this is kind of like an ASMR. It's kind of weird. I don't like ASMRs.
I don't think it's an ASMR video.
And we're going to be talking about food, too. That's such an ASMR.
I don't think... Well, because we're not, we're whispering. We're being quiet. But,
because we're in a library.
It doesn't... Don't reveal our location.
What do you mean? We're in a library, a general library.
Exactly. With our last names, they could track us.
That's true.
Who's they? We don't know.
Them,
doesn't matter.
You know, the ones.
The lizard people, the Queen of England, who knows. This is a podcast. It's called Aw Shucks. We talk about podcast-related things.
What does that even mean?
Podcasts things. And back to the subject.
Yeah, we're talking about food. Roll intro, am I right?
What?
What do you mean?
Fourth wall break much? Goodness.
What do you mean? I have to say roll intro, like how else are we going to end it?
I mean,
and how is that a fourth wall break? It's not like we're cartoon characters.
Okay, Aw Shucks, da-da-da-da-da, and happy to be here.
Welcome. Buy our merchandise that doesn't exist.
One day it will. We're going to have some awesome merchandise, eventually.
Yeah.
You know, enjoy yourselves. Just treat yourself, some self-care. You know,
what are you talking
have a good
about?
day. Okay,
just end it.
Roll intro.
Intro.
Aw Shucks.
So this is Charlie and Jaiden coming to you from the 50th year of the plague of doom. The death plague. I don't know.
Death, ducks.
Yeah, we're wearing masks.
Ducks are evil.
And I haven't seen Jaiden's face in a year. It's crazy. Yeah. So we're coming from you.
I haven't seen my own face in 7 years.
He wears the mask to bed. He wears it to shower. He's really paranoid. Yeah. I told him that it's fine. You can take it off when you're alone.
I don't shower anymore. I just bathe in marmalade. That's the only thing I do.
Jaiden has gotten some mixed messages on how to stay healthy.
Also, the only thing I eat is churned butter. He's churned by my own hands and forearms.
With your own hands and only butter.
Yes.
It's the Wen diet. It's very intricate and
it's the now diet.
What?
It's the now diet. It's the hip new thing.
Oh, I get it. I see what you're doing there. So yeah, it's butter, only butter.
Yeah. No
salt in that butter. Cumin in that butter.
Yeah.
Butter and cumin. And every 3 years you get to eat a whole carton of apricots of candied
and I bury it all in
apricots.
the ground, like century eggs.
Yeah.
Except those are kind of weird.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. We're talking about food.
Yeah, we have. Oh right. Oh my gosh.
On the subject of churned butter, we're talking about food today.
I'm just gonna comment on our beautiful NPR voices.
Yeah. NPR. Do. It's copyright probably.
You don't do that. I don't think it's copyright. It's probably.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay. Jaiden.
What?
We are both people who enjoy food.
Yes, you got that right. We're both people who eat food to sustain themselves.
Through the process
of elimination.
We eliminate our hunger through food.
Yes.
That's right. It's a perfect system. Jaiden, what were you eating today?
Why do you have to bring that up, Charlie?
I just want to know.
Ooh.
What were you eating today?
I had Lunchables today, okay? Let me say,
Did you
I
hear
haven't
that,
had it
listening
since elementary school, okay? And that was 20 years ago.
You had a Lunchable. and I'm going to make merciless fun of him.
But
for
you've
doing
never
that.
even had a Lunchable before. You don't know
had
what you're
one,
missing out on.
It was unpleasant, and I was
Your face is unpleasant.
It was not fulfilling. It was mainly plastic, and I felt bad eating it.
Whatever. I had the nacho ones, okay?
They weren't nachos. They were
Yes,
tiny.
They were nachos.
They were tiny, penny-shaped cubes of processed corn product, whatever. Watery salsa, and cheese, spelled with 5 E's and a Z.
That's how people describe your heart, ironically.
Actually, yeah. That's how they've done it. Every relationship I've been in spite of like time or place, it's always exactly like that. It's really incredible. I don't know how you can do it.
You know what's not incredible, Charlie?
What?
Your personality.
It's just this, like, the sick burn episode.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm just thinking of them today.
I'm up for it. I honestly get it. Jaiden, do you know how, like... Do you have, like, really weird specifications on apples?
What?
Do you have, like, really weird apple tastes?
I don't eat apples anymore.
You don't eat apples?
No, because they're too confusing. I don't like those ones that are kind of like styrofoam, and then you eat it and you're like, oh, you know, and then you're like, but if I just throw it away, then it'll just go to waste. And then I don't eat it.
What are those called? It's a special type of apple.
I don't know. It's a disgusting one.
Like, we're referring, of course, to a type of apple that, for some reason, has to be perfectly ripe or, like, unripe, otherwise it's just not that tasteful in the texture. I prefer...
You know what isn't tasteful?
What?
You.
I am perfectly tasteful.
Uh-huh.
As my blue and orange striped t-shirt and my 16 sweater vests are too.
Yeah.
I'm a trendsetter, Jaiden. Necklaces over sweater vests, over stripes. It's gonna be the next big thing, Jaiden.
Sure.
It's gonna be the next. It's gonna be following masks and like swooshed back haircuts.
Swooshed back haircut.
That's a thing now.
I think that's just called a comb over.
No, what you have and what my brother has and what like every other person, I guess, I don't know.
Wait, I'm a trendsetter? Wow.
No, you're a blind follower. You are a sheep.
Wow, I see.
You belong in New Zealand is how much of a sheep you are. We're going to need to cut a lot of material out, aren't we?
No, your father is going to have to cut out a lot of material.
Thank
you, Mr. Charlie's father. I appreciate your wisdom in editing.
He is probably happy to do it. I'm really not sure.
No one's happy to edit this. No one's happy to listen to our podcast.
Our podcast is magnificent. Don't beat yourself.
They only listen to it because we pay them $5.
We go to people up on the street and we say, hey man, I'll give you $5 if you listen to this podcast and give it a good review.
Yeah.
And usually they're like, why are you asking me? I don't care about your podcast. Get that money out of my face.
No, usually they just take the $5 and then leave.
It's clearly monopoly money that you're waving at me. I don't know. That's probably more expensive just to like waste monopoly money on people. It's usually very ineffective.
They're like, what games are you trying to play? And you're like, Monopoly. And it's just...
and they're like, ha.
Yeah.
Very funny joke, but sincerely, I don't care.
Yeah, and then they leave.
It's a very productive. It's very innovative. A very cutting edge strategy for business management. So, a new form of advertisement we're calling
bribery.
Bribery, yes, that's what we're calling it. It's bribery plus.
Yes.
And we should be talking about food, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we're talking about food.
Talk to me about food.
So,
I really don't
right?
I really don't know.
I just want to discuss this, right? Everyone in my life, which is just my family and you, eats food so fast. It's like the speed of 20 lights. You know, but it's not even the speed of light, speed of like 20 lights.
But you don't eat. That's the problem. You don't eat your food quickly.
You know, I eat my food, right? But then I'm done.
You eat an apple over the course of 30 minutes, Jake. You eat a meal in no less than 2 hours. It's like you chew every bite 100 times, Jake.
I haven't eaten an apple in so long.
Okay, well, that was rhetorical, Jaiden. It was not a meaningful question.
Okay, but anyway, let me say.
My point being, you eat super slowly.
My family, right? They gave me like a bowl of noodles, right? And it was like half full, and then I ate like half of that. And then they thought that I didn't like the noodles. And they're like, oh, I see how it is. You don't like the noodles. And I was like, no, they're fine. I'm just full. And they're like, oh yeah, too bad. Eat the noodles. And I did.
Of course you did. You eat. You just don't eat quickly. You hurt everybody in your life by eating so slowly.
Whatever. You know, scientists have proven that the slower you eat, the better it is for your digestion. Which is why you don't have to eat as much. Unlike a turtle. They only eat like a little bit of lettuce and then they're done.
That's a whole lot of turtle expertise for somebody who's never owned a turtle.
That's true.
Just saying, kind of a
That's true.
Weird event.
But I've seen a turtle before, okay? I've seen it. And I was like, that's a turtle.
I know about its digestion. And I would argue that eating fast is fine if you're hungry and you just want to get it over with.
No, that's not true. You eat fast and you don't enjoy the food.
I disagree. I can enjoy the food quickly. Like,
no, you don't enjoy the food. I feel like your family should just feed you like little tablets. That is just all the vitamins that you need for that day. That you just eat it.
Then there would be no appeal to like texture or color or flavor. It would just be a vitamin tablet. And what's the use of vitamin tablets, right?
What do you
to talk about what I'm talking about, you know?
But you don't enjoy food. You don't enjoy the food. You just eat it.
You just eat slowly. You enjoy the food in a very, very, very slow way.
Yeah, I enjoy the food.
But like, you can enjoy the food more than one way. I enjoy the food very slowly, which is okay, Jim.
No, it's not okay.
I know.
Because you just eat it, everyone's done, and then I'm just there sitting at the table still eating.
I know.
And everyone's like, ooh.
That's where you're problem. It's better to eat fast and then just be patient for everybody to finish than eat slow and have to be the one who everybody's being patient for.
It's a burden, like, actively eat fast, you know? Like, I try to eat fast, and then I just, like, I'm still eating slow. And I was like, what? I was eating fast. And you know what the only thing is that I can finish before everyone else?
Soup?
Maybe, I don't know. But the thing is ice cream. That's the only thing I can do.
I can't eat ice cream slowly. You can't eat ice cream slowly.
Your face can't eat ice cream slowly.
Whoa, my face. I don't know. Like, what is deemed the face? Because, like, my mouth, which I guess is technically part of my face, can't eat the ice cream slowly.
Sure.
Like, ice cream, you really shouldn't eat slowly because it melts so quickly. You have to get it in its prime when it's fresh and it's cold. You know? But, like, a little melty, but not too melty.
Sure.
You know?
Sure, yeah.
You know?
I was thinking, I want warm ice cream. Because it kind of hurts my teeth.
You ever had fried ice cream?
No, that's too American.
No, it's amazing.
That's so American.
I don't think it's really that American. I think it's more like Central American or Mexican. I don't know. It's amazing, Jaiden.
That's like fried Twinkies.
No, it's like you take some ice cream, you cover it in like cornflakes.
And like breading?
Yeah, and then you like cook it, you fry it so quickly. The oil's so hot that like the core of the ice cream doesn't melt. It's amazing, Jaiden. It's like beyond belief, Jaiden.
Why?
Did you know there's so many different like types of ice cream?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like there's ice cream. There's sherbet.
Yeah.
There's gelato.
Yeah.
There were more, but there's soft. I was gonna make a point with this, but I don't know how. They're like what is gelato, Jaiden? What is sherbet? What is what's
like
the
definition? I don't know.
It's
kind of confusing. Why can't it all just be ice cream?
Well, we just need like ice cream, adjective ice cream, like frosty ice cream or like Italian ice cream.
Italian ice cream?
Isn't that? I don't know. What is gelato? I thought gelato had like
I guess gelato's just Italian ice cream.
Higher cream content, maybe?
I like the pistachio gelato. That's good. It's good gelato.
Whose idea was it? Like, let's put pistachios in ice cream. This little green nut.
That's weird.
That's good with salt. We make it into ice cream. You know?
Yeah.
Or rice. Have you ever had rice ice cream?
No, that's
like
weird.
Rice pudding ice cream.
Ew, I don't think I've had rice pudding.
It's it looks terrible. It looks like dog barf.
It sounds disgusting. Rice pudding, like really?
It's like really actually good. It just looks like you poured some rice into a pan and then put raisins in it.
Ew, that's disgusting. I'm not gonna eat that.
And it has the consistency of like a really thick Jello.
You know what else I haven't eaten?
But like it tastes good.
I haven't eaten tapioca pudding.
Tapioca pudding
that doesn't sound good either.
It's so gross.
Right?
It's so terribly gross, Jaiden. I beg you not to eat it lest your soul is corrupted by the tapioca.
I'm ever gonna have it.
It's like it's like, I don't know. It's not like there's nothing redeeming about it. It's just like eating sweet. It's like eating jelly. It's like eating Jello, but like all mashed up and like only sweet. Like no other. Like there's no flavor. It's just sweet, but not even that sweet. It's just like eating what's something that's totally tasteless.
You.
As I've expressed, I am a distinct trendsetter, and I find that insulting.
You set me up for that one. Come on.
What is like
water? Oh, I wanted to say, I want to become like a water tester. You know, because that's a real thing.
Like
you know?
One of those guys who that test like international spring waters.
No, like the factory, right? They go to the factory and they taste the bottles of water and they're like, it's too sweet, you know? Because like I can tell because they have those small waters, you know, like the half bottle, you know, the tiny ones. Those taste disgusting.
They do.
Like no matter which one I try, they're all disgusting. So I can't drink those half bottle water.
I can't eat it. I cannot drink any bottled water.
Yeah, and sometimes water tastes like dusty.
Agreed.
You know, and it's like ooh, you know, like you can tell sometimes.
Like it's not refreshing.
Like I just want that as a job.
How many years do you think until like we have like bottled Martian water?
I don't know.
Because there's water on Mars now, isn't there? Why don't we like bottle
like
it?
What's the point? It's still just water.
So it's Martian water, Jaiden.
Uh-huh.
Come on, wouldn't you buy that for like about $300 just to like look at me?
I
Martian
have water,
bottled
and then you drink it.
Like Mars. Like that just seems like something rich people can have, and they can waste their money on it.
Rich people like us, am I right? We're so rich.
I'm not even gonna reinforce that lie. We're making a podcast. Rich people don't make podcasts.
Yes, they do. Haven't you seen those people, like actors and stuff?
No.
And their podcast is just their name. You know, I feel like that's uncreative. You know, it's like podcast with the person who's making the podcast. You know, like come on.
Like who? I need some examples. I don't listen to podcasts.
I don't know. I don't listen to podcasts.
You don't?
No, I don't. I've never listened to a podcast before in my life.
What?
Yeah, and we're here making one.
Then how do you make a podcast if you've never heard one?
I don't know. You just talk into a microphone and tell people stuff. You know?
I mean, you're not wrong, but like, you gotta understand the pod. I'm kind of like bedazzled, Jaiden. Do you know how many podcasts? I listen to every day?
How many?
Too many, Jaiden. Too many. I waste so much of my time on these silly audio plays. These little like it's like want to be radio, but it's not.
Yeah.
I waste so much of my time, and you don't.
What, you watch that like Night Fowl one or something?
What?
That Night Fowl.
Oh, Night Vale. That's a good podcast. Oh, plugs to Night Vale.
You can't plug Night Vale. We're like smaller than Night Vale.
Oh, I don't care. Plug Night Vale. It's a good podcast. It's weird. It's
like Aw Shucks.
Plug Aw Shucks as well.
Go watch Aw Shucks.
But also Night Vale. How do you think you start a radio show?
I don't know.
Man, it sounds like we have like a roster that we're like a list of questions that we're just really inconsistently switching to. We're not. This is just off the tops of our heads.
Wait, we've been recording for so long. We need an ad break.
This is Improvado extraordinaire.
Like gelato. Improvado gelato.
I don't know. How do you start a radio show? Like,
wait, Charlie, we have to put an ad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Charlie.
Charlie. Oh my gosh.
If we just record straight on, Jaiden. Oh, this is like an inner monologue. This is like the struggles of a podcast creator.
Yeah.
Gaze off into the distance. Like we just record straight through and just insert ads wherever.
What? But how does that work?
Like we tell our editor, hey,
your father.
Here are some shush. Hey, here's some things. Here's an ad. Figure out where to put it. Congratulations.
Sure.
That's how I talk to my father. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a bad son.
Do you like kumquats?
No, actually,
What?
have.
Oh yeah, because you've never had a kumquat.
Well, actually, wait. Do they grow on a little tree?
Yeah, they grow on like tiny trees, and you can just pick them off.
Oh my gosh, Jaiden! I took a trip to the country of Hungary, and there was a kumquat tree in a coffee shop.
You had a kumquat before?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was really bitter.
You know, I have a kumquat tree. I actually have a kumquat tree. I didn't think about that before.
There are so many connections in this world.
I just got a kumquat tree this summer. And it's growing. Maybe I'll give you some kumquats if it actually grows.
I'd love some kumquats, Jaiden. Yeah. You should sell them at the farmer's market. You should grow a bunch of kumquats.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot about that. It was a kind of a lame coffee shop in some town that I don't even remember.
Wow, I see how it is. Now that person in Hungary that owns that little tree in their shop will be like, oh my gosh, Charlie doesn't like that coffee shop.
Oh, I don't think that they have access to this in Hungary. No offense to the Hungarians, but their government's kind of meh. Sorry, Hungarians who are listening.
Just throwing out political things or whatever.
I'm sorry, I like Hungary as a whole.
You know what's good? Hawaiian bananas.
I thought we were talking about kumquats.
Oh, well, I thought we finished talking about... This is an ad, Charlie.
I know this.
Go get some Hawaiian bananas. Do you think they import them? Because I'm not living in Hawaii. I don't want to live there. I just want their bananas.
What about... I bet that
do you remember having them?
In Hawaii?
Yeah, the Hawaiian bananas.
No,
they're good. Oh my god.
I remember
what's wrong with
I remember
you?
passion fruit.
The Hawaiian bananas were so good. They were those tiny ones, and they were like so sweet.
Have you ever had a red?
Tasty?
Have you ever had a red banana?
No, because that's weird.
They're
and
really
salty.
weird and kind of gross. Yeah, they're really starchy.
Have you had a purple banana?
It's red banana, purple banana. Same difference, man. Kumquats, everybody.
Yeah, kumquats and Hawaiian bananas and those milk pineapples. Is somewhere in Asia.
A coconut?
No, it's literally a milk pineapple. Okay, and I've never had one before. I don't even know if I'd like it.
Everybody, just eat fruit. Audiences, it's healthy. It's good for you.
Eat imported fruit.
Support small countries whose economy relies on the importation of fruit. I don't know any.
I don't know any either.
But don't buy. What's that company? There's a company who sells
Colgate Optic White.
Is what's it called? It's like
wait, what does Colgate Optic White mean? Does that mean they like clean your eyes?
I feel like this is
what are we even talking?
Eat fruit, everybody.
Okay, goodbye. Ooh, ad.
Okay, but like, how do you start a radio show? How do you start like a radio channel? Do you like buy the wavelength?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. Like, how do you get a radio like channel?
It's weird. And like,
yeah. And how do you like record onto it? Like, how does that work?
Oh, it's just like a live feed, like a microphone or something. I don't know.
Is it like one of those big spinny things that they had in those little closets in the 80s? Like recording on...
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what they had in 80s closets.
You've never seen an 80s closet before, Charlie?
No,
Jeez.
Have you ever been out in like the middle of like, this is very niche, but have you ever been out to like ultra western Kansas and turned on the radio?
No,
and
I've
like,
never been to Kansas because it sounds so boring.
Oh, come on.
Kansas is boring. It's literally
love your home state, but like, okay, but like,
it's not our home state.
Jaiden,
edit that out.
Jaiden, we're in like, okay, so we're in the part of Kansas that's like super exciting, right?
No, we can't talk about Kansas because we don't live in Kansas.
Okay, not in reference to the fact that we are or are not living there. Have you ever been to like
Your father's just gonna cut this all out.
Have you ever been to like far western Kansas and like there's only one radio station, and it's like either like a religious broadcast or like one of NPR's tiny little nowhere channels? It's just like, have you ever listened to like, what's it called, High Plains Public Radio?
No, I've never listened to High Plains Public Radio.
It's awesome. It's like out in the middle of flipping nowhere, Kansas, and there's just like, I'm assuming it's like two guys in a shack someplace. And you're like, hello, and this is High Plains Public Radio, and that was 13 hours of classical music, and we're back, and we're going to talk about there's a buffalo crash on the freeway.
What?
I don't know what happens in western Kansas. Buffalo crashes and I don't know, tornadoes.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Dang it, Charlie!
I'm
Thanks
sorry.
for nothing.
You should interrupt me more.
I was gonna say something about our radio, like on our car, was messed up, and it like deleted all the pre-saved channels.
Yeah,
and
you
then
have
I like
pre-saved channels.
Yeah, because there's those 6 buttons, and then you press them.
I just memorized.
I know.
Numbers.
I was like, oh, I know which channels they are, and then I listened to the songs in my head because they have those catchy songs that have the radio number in it, and I actually remembered like all of them, and I was like, oh my god, that's scary.
I only have like 3 channels and I know all the numbers and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, but none of mine have songs. Like, do you listen to like the poppy stuff and like that?
What?
Like 99.7 FM. Was 99.3 The Eagle.
Wait, what did I went to like, I don't know if I told you this, but I went to New Mexico, right? And we were listening to the radio.
Yes.
And they have this like this channel.
Oh
Wait,
wow.
we've been recording. I told you. Okay, so we have to cut that all out.
It's fine. It's
okay. So
it's exciting.
We were in New Mexico, and the guy was like, "It's lasagna day. Let's play the lasagna song." And then he played a lasagna song. Yeah, it was so amazing too. And I was like, "This is the best song I've heard in my life."
Is lasagna day like an annual thing, or is it like
apparently?
Is it like,
I can't find the song now.
Is it like every week this guy's like, it's the lasagna day?
No,
or like every day is lasagna day. And 99.7 New Mexico, cool stuff. New Mexico jazz.
Yeah. If anyone can find that song though, I'd like
$10.
Yeah, I'd like to make that my ringtone or something. Just a lasagna day song.
Email it to us or put it in comments, and we'll send you $10.
Maybe someone that lives in New Mexico.
I'd be into that. If we have New Mexico listeners, goodness,
yeah.
We've spread far and wide.
Yeah, just like the virus.
A whole 2 states down. What was I going to say? Oh, how's New Mexico NPR?
I don't think they have it. And
everybody has NPR, Jaiden.
Okay, fine. I didn't listen to it. Okay, but it's probably exactly the same.
Jaiden, I'm going to take a hammer and I'm going to crush this microphone because I'm disappointed in you.
Whatever, you can't crush it. It's like metal.
Oh, well, you want to see.
You can only lift like 5 pounds, Charlie. Come on.
That hurts me. But why would you not listen to... That's like New Mexico Public Radio must be awesome.
It's the same. I was listening
to
NPR. I was listening to the New Mexico radio, okay? I don't care about NPR in another state that I've never been to before.
Though, listening to radios in other states is pretty awesome, no?
Yeah. It's kind of random. I don't know what's going to happen.
We should probably go to an ad break by now.
Wait, what? It's almost 30 minutes, though. We're just going to 30 minutes.
Well, we could just go into an ad break and just be like, ad break, and then we like end with an ad break,
No, that's weird. Then it'll seem like we're money-hungry people.
We are money-hungry people.
That's true.
Jaiden, you're just describing true things.
Pneumococcal pneumonia.
No, we're talking about books.
I don't even know what pneumococcal pneumonia is. But
it's pneumococcal pneumonia. It's
just the word.
It's the pneumonia of...
It's so brilliant.
It's pneumonia of the pneumococcal.
Yes, I clearly understand that, because I went to med school for 7 years.
We're talking about books, okay? We're talking about libraries. We're talking about books. We're just saying, go get a book, okay? Stop listening to this podcast. That's rotting your brain, you fool.
With false ideas. The earth isn't round. It's...
hexagonal.
Yeah, it's a hexagon. But whatever the 3-dimensional shape of a hexagon is, because I don't know.
Oh, so it's trapezoidal.
Wait, that sounds hexazoidal?
Read a book, okay? They're better for you than podcasts.
Yeah, read a book. I haven't read a book in 7 years, and look at me.
Look at him. He's terrible. Yeah. He has white hair. He's 50 and he has white hair.
I'm only 57 and I got white hair and a failing kidney.
It's ridiculous. Read a book.
Wait, you know those people that keep their kidney stones on their mantle?
We're going to stop right there. Thank you, everybody.
Buy a kidney
for
stone.
listening to our podcast.
Oh, yeah. Like, yesterday, I had bagel bites, right?
Why?
Because they're good. And I had nothing to eat for lunch.
That's never a good sentence, Jaiden.
But it's easy to make, okay? You just put it in the microwave oven for like 15 minutes, okay? And I ate them, right? And they tasted like apple pie. And it was crazy. Bagel bites. It was like the tomato tasted like apple pie.
But wait, what? A tomato bagel bite?
Yeah, it was a pizza bagel bite, okay?
Why?
Because
why put a bagel? Why put pizza on a bagel?
I don't know. Why put bagel on a pizza?
You don't put bagel on pizza. It's not like I'd like a quarter green pepper and sausage and a quarter bagel.
Have you never seen Pasagles?
No.
It's a restaurant. They have it.
Pizza and bagels?
Yeah, pizza and bagels. That's their specialty.
Or like bagel pizza.
And I used to go there for their bagels because they were good. But now they're too famous. So
well, I'm trying to think about my questioning. So like, is the pizza the bagel, or is like on the pizza are there bagels?
Like the bagel is a pizza, you know?
But is it just like a normal sized bagel?
No, it's like a tiny bagel, you know? It's like a tiny bagel with a tiny pizza.
So it's smaller than normal bagel.
Yes. It's like handheld.
That's just a normal sized bagel.
No, it's smaller than a bagel.
Jaiden,
it's like an eighth of a bagel.
How big do you think a bagel is?
What, like 2 hands bagel?
That's a big bagel.
I know, this is a regular bagel.
Yeah, that's a regular sized bagel.
That's a regular, and then this is like bagel bite. Like size of like 2 quarters melted and then put back together.
Are you entailing that like a bagel pizza is just like a really small bagel with pizza toppings?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Man, you have no life. You need to get bagel bites.
This is my life.
And Lunchables.
I only turn on when you tell me to podcast.
Tostinos.
I don't wait. Pizza.
Oh yeah, you know, I recently figured out
the Tostinos aren't good.
I figured out they're called Totinos, and that's disgusting. I will never call them that. They will forever be Tostinos.
I think they're Tostinos, Jaiden.
They're Tostinos.
You ever had a Hot Pocket?
Hot Pocket. I hope that's not copyright. I swear if it is, it's literally 3 notes.
We can defend ourselves by saying, I just said Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
It's not like I sang anything. I just said Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket. Whenever someone says it, I just like have to sing it, you know? It's like you can't not.
Have you had a Hot Pocket?
Yeah, I've had a Hot Pocket.
Never had a Hot Pocket.
You've never had a Hot Pocket?
No.
They're pretty good, except for those sweet ones.
Ew,
they're like pretzel outside, you know? I like the pretzels, but the insides are sweet, and that's disgusting.
You've heard of dessert pizza?
What?
It's not dessert pizza. It's bad. Don't do it.
What's a dessert pizza? What are you talking about?
It's like
a calzone?
Calzone.
In the calzone.
Calzones are not.
Ooh, I'm gonna make that a t-shirt.
Calzones are not a serious food. It's not a food like, let's go out and get some calzones. It's more like, yeah, wouldn't it be hilarious if we got calzones?
Wow, I see how it is. Calzones are the epitome of America, Charlie.
It's like kumquats. Like nobody ever like actually eats a kumquat.
What do you mean no one eats good? That's like my favorite fruit, other than pineapples.
I'm not. It's just one of those foods, Jaiden.
What do you mean? You don't eat kumquats? What's wrong with you?
I've never even seen a kumquat.
You've never? Oh my god, you're so uncultured.
I imagine it's like,
you have no culture, Charlie.
What is the kumquat? Explain the kumquat.
Where do they even grow kumquats?
Other countries.
But they're good.
What do they look like?
They're like tiny orange ovals, and then you just eat the whole thing.
Imagine them as like spiky and green for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
They're like oranges, but smaller and round, like an oval.
Oh, okay. This is a weird thing. But like in all science fiction shows and movies where they have like alien fruit, it's always the same.
It's always the spiky one.
It's always what are they called? It's like spiny melon or African melon.
Yeah.
It's like a cucumber, a little orange
and
cucumber.
I always see them at like Dillon's or something, and I'm like, why do they use that?
I don't know.
Like every single time, there must be more. There must be different foods that they could
You could like I don't know, spray paint an apple pink and just call it like space fruit. But no. It's weird. And you look at it, like if you look for it in your science fiction films, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's
in Star Trek. Mostly in Star Trek.
Wait, it's in Star Trek?
Oh yeah, totally.
I haven't seen it in Star Trek.
Look for it in Star Trek.
I've seen like 5 different shows of Star Trek. And I've never seen the kumquat.
And you've never finished the original series.
Whatever. It's
Which is a shame.
Good. It's not good. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I think like the earliest memory I've ever had of like my entire life is eating a kumquat. And I don't know if that's sad or not.
Well, listening to this,
but I ate a kumquat.
Jaiden's life is based primarily around the kumquats.
Yeah, I ate a kumquat, and that was my first memory.
That's a pretty good memory, Jaiden.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't have
kumquat.
any memories, weirdly enough.
That's sad.
I don't. It's weird. It's like I couldn't tell you like a specific event that happened to me before the age of 10.
Yeah, I think that's the same with me too. Except for like 2 things in elementary school.
The kumquat.
Yeah, the kumquat. Kumquat was like before elementary school though. It was like early.
Man. Have you ever thought like what were we thinking when we couldn't read?
Yeah.
Like, I never thought as like a child, like, dang, look at that sign. I wish I could read that sign.
I thought, like, how can you learn words if you don't know what words are, you know? Like, you can point to a color and say yellow, and then you're like, yeah, that's yellow. But how do you explain, like, the? And you're like, what the heck is the, you know?
I don't think you can explain, like, the. I think the is just, like, something you listen to over and over and over again, and your brain just, like, auto-associates it with meaning.
It's so strange.
But, like, we explain it through symbols, right? Like, the T makes the T sound, except it doesn't. And, like...
Yeah, it's weird.
But, like, did you ever feel as a child, like, when you couldn't read, did you ever feel like, man, I'm restricted by the fact that I can't read? No. You never feel that.
I felt like I didn't have, like, a mind as a child, you know? Like, I didn't, like actively make decisions. I just, like, did stuff.
As a child, or just, like, as a person?
No, like, as a child until, like, middle school. I can't remember choosing to do anything. I just did things, you know?
But, like, did you, like, consciously accept that as a child, or did you... Like,
I didn't really think about it. I was just like, read, wash my hands. That's all I did.
I can understand that.
That was my entire life for elementary school.
It's like part of becoming self-conscious as a teenager, just like being like, wow, everything I do means something.
Yeah.
Huh. Jaiden, on that note, we should probably end.
Wait, hell, oh my god. We've already gone 30 minutes?
We really haven't talked about much, but I think that's the purpose of this podcast.
We didn't even really talk about food. We talked about, like, everything.
I think that's good. I think we had a good material, and now the world may know our thoughts a bit better, Jaiden. Our terrifying, weird thoughts. But that's okay, Jaiden. That's okay.
You know, we still have to record the ads.
Oh, we can record. Yeah, I know. We should just, like, don't we have a bunch of stock ads? Why don't we just put them in?
We don't have stock ads.
We should
when have we ever had stock ads?
We should have stock ads.
No, that's too industrialized.
We'll record some ads.
We're a small family-run business.
We're a small family-owned organic podcast farm.
Yes. Only fed with clean grass or whatever. I don't even know what organic means.
Clean grass, clean books, and clean knowledge.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to our podcast.
Yeah, I guess
have a good day.
We're ending. Have a mediocre day, actually.
An Aw Shucks day.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
I hate mushrooms.